A disturbing child abuse case out of San Jose, California has returned back to court after this mother right here, who killed her daughter during a violent exorcism, is fighting to have the charges against her dismissed. 29-year-old Claudia Hernandez is accused of fatally assaulting her 3-year-old daughter, Lled Proctor, on September 24, 2021, during what prosecutors described as a 12 to 20 hour long violent exorcism. This took place at the Evangelical Church of Apostles and Prophets in San Jose. This was Lled's grandfather's church and Claudia's father's church, where he was a pastor. According to investigators, the family of Lled believed that she was possessed after seeing something sinister on her mom's cell phone. Claudia said that Lled would wake up in the middle of the night screaming and crying in a tone that did not match her daughter's tone. She said that she had developed an empty stare and was no longer smiling the way she once did. Prosecutors say that Claudia, her brother Rene Hernandez Jr., and her father Rene Hernandez decided to carry out an exorcism inside the family's church. Authorities say that during the 12 to 20 hour long exorcism, those three restrained and pinned her down. They forced fingers into her throat to make her throw up. They withheld food and water from her, and they applied pressure to her neck and chest. And instead of taking the demon out of Lled, they took the life out of Lled. The Santa Clara County Medical Examiner's Office ruled her death a homicide due to asphyxiation, and court documents reveal that Lled was begging for the abuse against her to stop throughout this exorcism. She told her family that she was not possessed, and she was saying that she loved them. Once Lled fell unresponsive, the family didn't call emergency responders right away because they were under the impression that the demon had just left her body and that she was going to wake up. But unfortunately, she didn't, and by the time emergency responders arrived to the scene, she was already too far gone. Following a lengthy investigation, Claudia, Rene Jr., and Rene were all arrested, and they were charged with felony child endangerment resulting in a child's death, as well as involuntary manslaughter. If convicted, each defendant faces 25 years to life in prison. However, just recently, all three defendants filed a joint motion under California's Racial Justice Act, alleging that the investigators and prosecutors were biased against them based on their religious beliefs. The motion claims that law enforcement unfairly categorized their church as illegitimate and improperly focused on mental illness rather than their faith. Essentially, they're saying that they didn't mean to take Lled's life. They did what their religion taught them to do in a situation like this, and they were trying to help her, not hurt her. Prosecutors strongly dispute these claims, arguing that the case is based on physical evidence, medical findings, and witness statements, not religion. Legal experts have weighed in on this. They stated that the Racial Justice Act is intended to address discrimination in charging and sentencing, not to shield defendants from prosecution. So even though the defendants are trying to use this act to dismiss the charges against them, it's likely not going to work in their favor. As of today, the case remains pending in the Santa Clara County Court, and all three suspects remain in custody without bail. What are your guys' thoughts on this? Do you think that they should be tried for manslaughter, or do you think that they're deserving of lesser charges? Let me know your thoughts in the comments.